So I just finished the first episode of Ironheart. New Marvel series has just come out, and I've been seeing a lot of jabber about it online. And I thought, it can't be as bad as people are saying. I should watch it and give it a look. And I have to say, people are 100% correct. The show's terrible. And I don't know how anyone can defend it. Even if you're a hardcore Marvel fan, you've got to admit that the show is just bad. Not only is it bad, it's generic. And I think that's the biggest issue. The worst thing art can be is boring, and this is. So I'm gonna go into the details of the first episode, get my thoughts on it. I actually started taking notes for it, but I kind of gave up about 10 minutes in because I was losing my mind. And then I ended up watching the rest of the episode on double speed just so I could get through it. But I caught what happened. It's like I say, it's not okay. Maybe it's not the worst thing Marvel has put out, but it's close. It's really bad. So we meet Riri Williams, who, after her adventure in Black Panther 2, which again is another movie that's fucking terrible. I watched that in like a fugue state. Anyway, after that, she's trying to get her grant extended for another year at MIT, and it's denied. It's denied mostly because she's made no actual progress with her own work, and she's been doing fuck all to actually get a degree, which is something the dean and that point out. Another problem is that she's helping students cheat and quite recently caused an accident in the lab which cost them a lot of money. So she's expelled from the school. She complains here about how Tony Stark, you need money like Tony Stark to do what he did. It's ridiculous because it forgets the very main point of Iron Man 1 is that Tony Stark did not have the money when he built his first suit. Yet Riri complained that she needs the money, you can't do anything unless you're rich. It's irritating. So anyway, she decides to steal the suit. There's also a moment where someone says, "Oh, but she built it with her own grant money." And I have a feeling the writers of this do not know how grant money works. It is not your money. The money is paying for something, yes, and it's going towards you, but it's not yours. You don't own it. Anyway, she steals the suit. She decides to take it back to her hometown of Chicago. The suit shuts down about halfway through, or not halfway, close to Chicago, because she's being expelled from the school, and it identified that. I don't know why the suit wouldn't just fly back to the school so that the items returned, but no, it crashes and it ends up pretty fucked up. Anyway, she goes back to her home and she wants to be taken seriously, and she needs the money to try and get it. While this is happening, we see the introduction of this gang. I'm actually not sure what it's called. I don't think they name it in the episode, but it's led by a guy known as the Hood. And they're not very effective. I think Eric Andre's in this. It's bad. Anyway, they're not effective as a heist gang, but they want to be. So anyway, Riri's recruited by a member of this gang because they know she's Ironheart. Everyone does. And they test her by putting her in an elevator that fills up slowly with gas, and she used the out of the box method to escape it. It's actually not one of the worst things of this episode. They ask her to join the next few heists, but she refuses. She only gives in when the Hood offers her money. There's actually a scene early on where she again complains about not having money like Tony Stark. She even jokes saying that she's not going to diss Tony Stark because of all he's done. It's like, but why would you anyway? Because he's rich. It's because he's rich. That's the point of the series. Anyway, at home, she decides to map her brain to make an AI. And while this is happening, she goes through a grief episode of remembering her best friend and her stepfather. Her best friend and stepfather were killed in a drive-by. And as this happens, the AI manifests itself as her best friend, Natalie. And that's how it ends. Like I said, it's very generic. Like you can see a lot of other heist movies or shows will play into these tropes. Someone who's reluctant to get in, but gets in because they need the money. The only problem is that Riri Williams is unlikable. just as a character, she's arrogant, she's irritating, and arrogance isn't a bad trait per se. I mean, Tony Stark had arrogance. The problem is that, she's not going to go through that character development that he did. That's why people didn't mind him being arrogant, because he had character growth. He accepted it. He was called out for his arrogance. And I just don't see that happening with Riri. Everyone treats her like this golden child genius who can't do wrong. And I have a feeling that's going to, well, carry over in the rest of the season. So, overall, it's a disappointing episode, a disappointing start to Ironheart, but I didn't expect anything better. So, I can't say it's a true disappointment. It's just not good. If you've enjoyed it, good for you, but I feel like it's just going to be downhill from here. And I'll see about reviewing the other episodes, but I doubt I will. It's just a waste of time, a waste of 45 minutes, 30 because I watched it on 1.5 times speed. And that's it, my review of episode 1 of Ironheart. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. But I'm going to jump onto the trend and review this series. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a suggestion for any other TV shows or anything you'd like me to watch or review, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.